Hey folks, welcome to the Dice Tower. This is the bottom 5 from 2021. I'm Sam.
I'm JT.
Now, the bottom 5, you may be asking, what exactly does that mean? Does that mean it's the last 5 games of this year, the worst of the batch? No, it just means it's the bottom 5 games in our top 10 list from the year 2021. We'll be doing a top 5 games from 2021 over on the Flipside, which is our channel, and...
Oh, not Harley Davidson, sorry.
Not Harley Davidson. Although, however, if you can land a concrete deal with
Harley for board games,
I might learn how to ride one.
All right, fair.
Just saying. This is going to be our numbers 10 through 6 from 2021, and I must say, because I was head down working for Mythic at this point, this was a hard list for me to make.
Wow.
Really hard list. I just didn't play that many games this year, and I really haven't picked up that many games since then, but I barely squeaked out. I think I got 15 or 16 games written down before I just couldn't give any more.
Yeah, there's plenty in this one. There's piles in this one.
Yeah. Well, the NAs, the non-ranked games, began on page 13, which isn't as high as it has been in previous years.
20 was 13 pages too.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I don't remember these
pages.
things.
We're up to 62 in the top 1,000. We had 57 last year, so it was only a little bit of a pickup.
Yeah.
The interesting thing is, and this one we talked about last time, and I want to go over it really, really quickly, but I said games need time to simmer to get onto the top 1,000.
Sure.
So I went through the next 1,000, or not the next 1,000, but the ones ranked up to 2,000. And there's only 2 games in there, I think, that'll ever break the top 1,000.
Really?
Yeah, most of them I don't think will ever break the top 1,000.
You mean in 2021, you mean?
From 2021.
So we are at the point now, so we got, what, 62 you said this year in the top 1,000?
Yep.
So we're back up to average with this year.
We're not quite average yet.
Because of last year dipped so heavily.
I think we needed 72 this year just to keep up. So we're still way below that.
Well, there you have it, folks.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to catch.
I've actually picked 11 games that I think are going to be on your list.
You got 11 games for my top 10.
Because okay. Now I'm pretty sure that 7 of them are definites.
Okay.
I think 7 of these 11 are absolutely going to be on your top 10. So we'll see how that goes. I'll let you know how many I got right.
I'll let you know there's a lot of remakes this year, and I didn't put any remakes in. I didn't put anything in there that was basically the same game. Like the Horrified, I didn't put American Monsters on there. The same exact game as the last one. So
that's interesting. All right, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. All right, here we go. Our bottom 5, numbers 10 to 6. Let's make it happen, Captain. My number 10 is from a company that I was currently working for in 2021. Well, I was. Did you hear what I said there? I was currently working for them. I'm not currently working for them.
You were currently working for them.
I were currently working for them. But this is a game called Steam Watchers. Steam Watchers. Now, the reason this is my number 10 is because I really enjoy the game, but it is a super cutthroat game. Where not only do the rich get richer, the poor get poorer. It's really hard to come back when you get under the weather on this game.
Yeah, you're not coming back. You're not coming back.
See, I had a little bit more hope in my time.
You get hammered turn 2, you're not coming back.
Yes, that is absolutely correct. And I don't necessarily like that, but I love the theme of the game. I love the mechanisms of the game.
Yeah,
I love the components of the game. Everything about this game was really good. I love all of the expansions of the game as well, and what they did to it. I love the Armored Convoy expansion. I love that. So many good things about this game, but that one thing of how cutthroaty it is, that really keeps it lower on the list, but it's a super good game. I really enjoyed it. Steam Watchers from Mythic Games.
There are only a couple things they would have had to change to make that better.
I know.
To make that a little easier. But the mechanics of this game are really good.
But it fits the theme.
And the theme of the game really good.
Yeah, the theme of and all of the variable player powers, all of the different factions. The cutthroat nature of the game fits the theme to a T. So I know why they did it. But
a little bit of catch-up mechanic or a little bit of A little bit of free stuff might have helped.
A little bit of ketchup, a little bit of ranch.
Yep, exactly.
Covers a multitude of sin.
All right, my number 10. You get to be pirates. In the
Pirates?
Sea of Legends.
That came out this year?
Yes.
I missed it. Dang it.
Yep, you get to be pirates in the Sea of Legends.
That's a good one.
This is an open Caribbean map. You got personal stories going on with your captain, with your nemesis, with your lover. You're doing these personal stories. You have these NPC factions that are all doing their own thing. The Spanish and the French and the Aztecs and the ghost ships and all that kind of stuff.
Super fun.
Super fun. It's fairly light. It's not light, but it's not super heavy or deep.
No.
As far as that goes, you're just having fun and doing your piratey things. It's got a cool app. You got some cool stories. Just a great fun.
That was a great app, actually.
Yep.
I really enjoyed the app integration on this game. I thought it was just enough, and it wasn't overbearing, and it wasn't just music files
either.
Or it was perfectly integrated into the game. I thought it was a great little thing. Definitely a positive.
Fun little open world.
Yeah.
Sandboxy game.
Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Like it.
Very good pick. Not on the list because I missed it. So that's 0 for 1.
You got 9 left.
0 for 1.
Okay.
So far. All right, my number 9. Also, game from Mythic, and this is the better of the two in my opinion, because I'm a sucker for narrative choice, storytelling, campaign games, and this one is in spades exactly that. And that is Solomon Kane. Love this game. I love the fact that the players are not actual people in the game. They're spirits that are trying to guide Solomon Kane through the different scenarios in order to, get him to do. Sometimes they're protecting him. Sometimes they're allowing him to fight stronger, the things that are around him. So I really enjoyed that. My only problem with this game, and the reason why I don't think it'll ever crack into my top 5 for the year, there's so much of it. There's so much game here.
Yeah.
I don't think it would ever get to the table very often, and setup is pretty considerable as well.
That's true.
So I really enjoyed the game. Love the IP that they used for this. I love the fact that they were able to get it from Howard. What is it? Howard E.
I don't know.
Oh man, no, it's Robert Howard. That's what it is. Robert E. Howard. I love that they were able to get the IP from him. I think it's a very rich IP with Solomon Kane and all of the stories that's there, and how he did so many travels and that kind of thing. I think it's a great, rich IP, and I love the game. It's bloated is the only word that I can really find for it.
I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah.
I like the 4. They're not avatars. What are they called? They're not. The 4 virtues.
Virtues, yes.
I like the
that's
4
the word.
virtues. I honestly believe that this game got a ton of story, maybe more story than game.
Yep.
But the story's really good.
Yes.
But I think this is probably best at solo, or maybe at 2. I wouldn't want to play this with 4 because you're very limited with just having 1. You may not. Some encounters you may be completely worthless.
And we've played it 2-player, I think.
But I bet you it's best solo.
It might be. That's a big solo game, though.
Yep.
Chewy.
Nice. That's a good pick. Beautiful miniatures.
Yes.
All right.
Absolutely.
My number 9 is one of the games that you've probably guessed from Lucky Duck Games, called Destinies.
Yep.
In Destinies, you will take on a character in the scenario. Everybody else takes on a character in the scenario. And all of your characters are somewhat interconnected in their lives and their stories, but you may not know how until you find out that, the woodsman is the one that killed. These are all made up, but the woodsman's the one that killed you're the witch, and they killed your favorite frog, and you didn't know it until the very end. I don't know what, but all of the stories are kind of interconnected. But it's an open world. Again, it's not a sandbox story, but there's an objective in it. There might be a big bad guy, or there might be something like that, but you may not even know what that is. You might just know that you need to collect necklaces and go out in the world and do what you need to do because your son called you on the the oak phone and said, no. So somebody told you that you need to go do this and you might be on your adventure.
Yep.
It's just a really cool deal. Really cool story, really cool. You hear what other people are learning in their stuff, and they might give you a clue to something you really need that they don't even care about. They didn't even think about it twice when they read it. But for you, it's like, oh, I got to get to that forest quick. So
That's interesting. That's
it's
interesting.
a really cool connection.
I got to play a deep prototype version of this when they were still working on it, and it was originally going to be set in the Joan of Arc universe from Mythic.
Right.
It was going to be a collaboration, but they pulled out of that, and it just became a regular, like, kind of fantasy,
fairy tale almost,
fairy tale-ish, type stuff. So that's a great game. I really enjoyed it. I was really excited to hear about it when they first started showing it to me back then. But super fun. I haven't played a produced copy of it though, so that's why I didn't put it on there.
I got all of it.
So. Oh, you do. That's how you. That's how
That's
you
not
roll,
new.
brother. All right, my number 8. My number 8 is on this list solely because of its 2-player mode. I actually do not like this game with 3 or more players because of one silly mechanism that I think Eric Lang just fell in love with and wanted to keep it in, no matter how much it changed the nature of the game, and that is Ankh, Gods of Egypt.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about that one. Yep.
Now, I'm a big fan of Eric Lang as a designer. I think he does a great job. He's an amazing mind, amazing talent as far as game design is concerned. This is probably my second favorite in his trilogy of Blood Rage, Rising Sun, and Ankh. I really don't like Rising Sun that much. I don't like the bidding mechanism that you have to do in that one phase of the game that determines whether or not you win battles and all this other kind of stuff. I don't like that at all. Blood Rage is absolutely my favorite in the game. Ankh is a very distant second because I only like it without that merger mechanism where the last 2 people merge to become this superpower. And now the person who is in first is basically just trying to end the game fast enough before they catch up, because they will catch up. They're that powerful when that merger happens, but you have to, and I just don't like that. So in the 2-player game, that goes away, and I really enjoy the 2-player version of it, but with more players, I just don't like it. So that's the only reason why it's on this list. That's my number 8.
My number 8 is on your anticipated for me list, I'm sure, and that's a game called Ark Nova. Ark Nova obviously is a big game. Everybody loves Ark Nova. I think Ark Nova has fantastic mechanics. I think the building your zoo, the card drafting, all of the different things that go into it, getting the partners and your all of the different aspects are really, really good. This game is extremely good. The only reason it's down at number 8, and the only reason it falls lower for me overall, is just for the length. Like, for me, a good game length is 2 hours. Like, I'll play a 2-hour game any day, all day. I think that's the best game length, honestly, between 1 and 2 hours. But 2 hours is fine for me. Yeah. I guess I should say between 1 and 2 hours. But once you get into 3 hours, or with new players 4 hours, it's not, it doesn't hold up just because of the length.
Might as well play TI4 at that point.
3 times. I can play this one 3 times during TI4. Maybe
no,
twice.
I had a person tell me the other day that they played a 5-player version and it only took 5 hours.
Oh, there you go.
5-player game
Speed
of TI4.
TI.
Yeah.
But anyways, this is a great game. It's just a bit too long.
Just has a sucky scoring mechanism.
No, I like the scoring too. I like the scoring too.
I don't like it. Egon said crossing the streams was very bad. You should never cross the stream. Alright, my number 7 is a new game to me. Remember, I was head down working for a company when 2021 came out. And I just found this game in a semi-local shop up in Leavenworth a few weeks ago. Bought it, played it a few times, and this one is called Canvas.
Oh.
It's got a really neat thing where each person is given 3 backgrounds, or basically, what do you call them? Not palettes. Anyway,
Easels,
easels, yeah, whatever. You get 3 backgrounds, and you're supposed to be painting 3 paintings over the course of the game. Once everybody has painted 3 paintings, the game ends, and you score points. The cool thing about it, though, is that all of the cards that you're using to paint these paintings are clear with just a few little elements on them. So, and they have different things at the bottom that you're going to use for your different set collection scoring mechanisms at the end of the game. And I have found that I've done well at it, but I've also done really, really bad at it as well. And part of that is just because you're kind of at the whim of the deck and what things come up. You have to spend inspiration points to go deeper, kind of like that small world drafting mechanism. But it's a really fun game, and it's got that really cool catch. Not really a gimmick, but a catch of those clear cards and how they all fit together to make your paintings. It's really fun, and I think it's a great little thing. The only thing that really takes away from it is the mat they included is just like cloth. It's not neoprene.
Oh.
So it doesn't lay flat. It kind of curls up on the edges, and it just bugs me. But that's neither here nor there.
Burlap.
It's basically like burlap. But I think it's a great game, and it's very fun. So that's my number 7, Canvas.
Nice. And my number 7, I think, is our only... Nope. We're going to have 2 crossovers. My number 7 is one of those 2 crossovers. And it is a game called Cascadia. I think Cascadia is a game that will last forever in my collection, and it'll last forever in a lot of our collections. In Cascadia, you're creating different biomes by drafting tiles and animal chips at the same time. You're creating these different biomes, mountain ranges and forests and ocean spaces or water spaces, and at the same time you're filling that out with these critters, which all score differently based on spatial associations, right? So, but Cascadia is a great game. Teach it to anybody, play it with anybody, anytime. This is one of those newer person-friendly games that I'll play,
absolutely,
or take and teach anybody. So,
and the cool thing about that is that even with the expansion that came out, it's still, while it's in the upper end of that friendly to newcomers, with the expansion, you can still do it. But again, the expansion is so easy just to take out. You can still have that, but it provides that, where I was going with this, it provides that deeper sense of strategy that other people who are familiar with the game, they can kind of still challenge themselves with it, while it's still very expedient for people that are new to it.
And there's still a ton of variability, because each of the animals has multiple different scoring options that you can mix and match.
You can mix and match, and you can have like easier scoring for one animal, harder scoring for a different one. It's really cool.
Is that the 3rd one on your list that you've got right?
Actually, I didn't write that down because I didn't think that you liked Cascadia that much.
I do.
I know you enjoyed it, but I didn't think it would be top 10 material for you. So I'm 2 for 4 so far. Moving on, my number 6, and my last one for this list is a movie IP game called The Goonies. Never Say Die. Now, this is in that same, from Prospero Hall, Funko Games company that no longer exists, but they had movie IP games down to a T. And this is one of those that definitely feels like you're playing through the movie. Just like it felt with Back to the Future Back in Time. Just like it felt with Jaws. I think those are the main ones that come to... Well, I know. I mean, what's the other one? Rear Window?
1 out of 10.
1 out of 10.
1 out of 10.
I think we were playing something wrong. We need to play that game again.
1 out of 10.
We need to play that game again because we went and watched the movie. A lot of similarities between the movie and the game.
Fair.
A lot of similarities. So I'm just saying, they had it to a T, and Goonies Never Say Die, very much the same thing.
Love the Goonies.
One of the cool things about it is that they do have an expansion for it called Under the Goondocks, where the older people from the movie, Bran and the two girls, can't remember their names, they can be playable characters. In the core box, they are just special abilities that you can use at certain points during the game. But your Mikey, your Chunk, your Data, and
Data's the best. He's the best.
I like Chunk, and Sloth is one of the guys you can beat as well. I love Sloth as well. Anyway, it's just if you like the Goonies, this is like almost a no-brainer picking up for you. It's a cooperative game that you're trying to get through all of the different mazes and puzzles that the Goonies did in the movies, and they did a great job with it. So that's my number 6, the Goonies Never Say Die.
All right, my number 6, the last one in our bottom 5s.
Yep.
Is a game that you definitely, if you didn't write this one down for me, then I'll know you don't get it. It's Azul Queen's Garden.
3 for 5.
3 for 5.
3 for 5. All right.
3 for 5. Azul Queen's Garden is the best Azul by like. Here's number 1. Here's number 3. Here's number 2. Here's number 4.
Oof.
So just so you know, this one is the
What's
best
number
by
4?
far. This one, Queen's Garden.
Oh, okay, that's the best one. Okay,
Queen's Garden's the best one by that far.
What's number 3 then?
Huh?
What's number 3 then?
Azul, Stained Glass of Sintra.
Okay.
That one's here. So.
And then Queen's Garden's way up there.
Oh,
Yeah, I get you.
Anyways,
all right.
It goes base, Summer Pavilion, Stained Glass, Queen's
All
Garden.
right.
And Queen's Garden
That's
is
good.
by far the most thinky. It's got the deepest thought processes. It's got all kinds of things you're doing. You're not
Convoluted is the word you're looking for.
No, Thinky's awesome. You're drafting tiles just to create your board. Your board is very small at the beginning. You actually have to draft your board tiles as well as the tiles that go on. It has that value-centric 1 through 6 that you're placing the tiles out that comes from Summer Pavilion. Where if you're going to place on a 5 spot, you need to place, or if you're going to place a 5 tile, you need to spend 5 tiles to do it. But this one is definitely the deepest, and I love it to death.
Super cool. I do enjoy Queen's Garden, but yeah, Stained Glass of Sintra is really my favorite of that series. I really enjoyed that one a lot. I do like this one, but it is a lot more complicated than Stained Glass of Sintra, in my opinion. He likes heavier games, so he probably doesn't feel that way. But it is much thinkier, as he said.
My mom really loves Azul, and I think we've taught her several of them, and she owns 1 and 3. My wife's like, "Oh, we gotta take this to her." I'm like, "No, this one's too much, too much." And she's like, "No, it's easy." Then I took it down there and we taught it to her, and yeah, it's just like pouring the 5-gallon bucket in her face. Like,
you get to drink from the fire hose. Yay!
Probably don't want to do that, but that's my number 6.
All right, that's a good pick. All right, well, that is our numbers 10 through 6, our bottom 5 games from 2021. Thank you for joining us here on the Dice Tower. We appreciate your listener and viewership. We appreciate you. Come on over to the Flipside and check out our top 5 games from 2021. It is available right now, so go ahead and do that. Like, subscribe, follow over here on the Dice Tower. Write some comments. We'll answer you there. Thank you for joining us. See you guys and gals on the Flipside.
Take it easy.